Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Gurve Gauri Chandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha Samsar Dukha Jaradasya Patitasya Kama Krodadinakramakrutamli Kritasya Durvasnasya Nikitasya Nirashayasya Chaitanya Chandramamadehi Padavalamam Yam Pravajantamanupeta Peta Krityam Dvaipana Viraha Katurajvaha Putreti Tanmetaya Tarvo Vinedustam Sarvabhuta Hidayam Muniman Tasmi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Vrindai Tulasi Devi Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namah Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So yesterday was auspicious day. What was there yesterday?
It was the first day that
Srila Gurudev
traveled to the Western world.
traveled to the Western world. And I spoke some glories, some beautiful memories of Srila Gurudev. Unfortunately, yesterday live got deleted. And I got so many messages from devotees to you also. They wanted to watch back. And many more wanted to see, but I don't know what happened. Whose mistake? I don't know. I think that was a desire of Krishna. Supposed to be like that. So let's see. Where did I end yesterday?
Right when he
Where did I end it?
Right when he came to the West.
Okay. You all remember? Okay. Just a small, tiny recap. His Guru Maharaj, Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he gave him Mathura, Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math to look after. And Srila Gurudev, with so much endeavors and efforts, collecting some grocery and some little money to maintain and sustain the daily necessities of the temple. And in this way, he captured the heart of the local people of Mathura, Vrindavan, and his glory started spreading all over Brajmandal because of his surrender mood towards his Gurudev and Acharyas, and his very detailed insight of the philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Gurudev was so fluent in speaking the local language, and he knew so many verses by heart. And whatever he said was all backed by evidences from the books of the Goswamis and by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So no one had any courage to refute any words of or any lecture of Srila Gurudev. It was so one-pointed. In fact, Gurudev was very fearlessly, strongly preaching the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, and that too in the middle of great scholars of Brajmandal. And in this way he started traveling, coming to Delhi. He got invitation, and in Delhi he was preaching speaking 7 days Bhagavad Katha with some handful of brahmacharis with him. And there I met Gurudev in Delhi. And I said yesterday, his sleep was very light. Moment he hear a pin dropping on the ground, a floor, he can't sleep after that. So very light. So it happened so that Gurudev was speaking on Bhagavad Katha in one area in Delhi which was near to my home. It was like 15-20 minutes drive. And in India, as you all know, so many street dogs barking all night. And Gurudev room was just at the balcony of the street. And from 3 nights, he was getting problems sleeping. 3 nights. And he started complaining that I'm having headache. And then one devotee called upon me and he said, "Isn't your house close by?" I said, "Yes. 15-20 minutes drive. Can you take Gurudev your home for the rest of the program?" I said, "Wow, that's honor." That's my honor. And then they told Srila Gurudev, and Gurudev called me. "I'm hearing you're going to take me home?" I said, "Of course." "Your parents, will they be okay with that?" I said, "Of course. They are religious people." "And who's going to bring me to program and taking back?" I said, "I'm going to." "Oh, you have car? You're not driving?" I said, "Of course." "Okay then, take my luggage." So that was a beautiful memory of Srila Gurudev. He stayed my home 4 days. And in those days, there were not so many people around him. That was year, if I'm not wrong, something like 92, 93. Not so many people. Because he never ever traveled outside India. Only one sevak, 2 sevak, that's all. So I got plenty of time to spend with him, personally massaging him. I'm just not showing off, but I'm just telling, because the point I raised yesterday, how personal he was with each and every one. And I was so young, like a teenager, sitting next to Gurudev, and he was giving so much attention to me. "What you studying?" And must read these songs of Narottam Thakur every day, giving so much personal attention. "Oh, is there any park nearby?" I said, "Yes, right across the street." So every morning take me to morning walk. I said, "Wow, that's great." So Srila Gurudev, me and one other devotee, Sevak, 3 of us for morning walk with Gurudev. No. So it was so sweet and very quiet environment. Not so many people around. Anyway, many memories are there. I don't want to take much time explaining about that. But one very important point, when Srila Gurudev, I often say this, when Srila Gurudev was leaving my home, my all family members were there at the doorstep to give farewell to him and paying their pranams. So they were standing at the doorstep, but I went a little further to open the gate of the car to make him sit. Then I closed the door of the car, and through the window I went inside to touch his feet, to take his blessings. And Gurudev, he noticed all my family members, means my parents, grandparents, they were looking at this, watching at this. And Gurudev, seeing them, loudly said, "You must serve your parents. They are devotees. I see how dedicated they are, because my mother, grandmother, they used to do Mangal Aarti 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And serving Gopal, Lakshmi Narayan, all those duties." So Gurudev said, "Serve your parents throughout your life." And they became very happy. Now our son got this instruction. So when I went forward to touch his feet and he whispered in my ears, but understand, who is your real parent? Who is your real parent? Who is real parent? Guru is a spiritual father. That he whispered in my ears and I gave a smile. And he gave a smile to me. It was eye to eye reciprocation. So that was an indication that I am your real parent, Shri Guru, because Sakale Janam Mata Pita Pai. In every species of life you get parents. Not only human beings, insect, worm, birds, aquatics, everyone have parents. But only in human form of life, one can do bhajan. Animals can't do bhajan. They don't know what is the concept of spiritual master, Shri Guru. So that was like a mantra to me, like a Diksha mantra, which made me think over it again and again. Anyhow, I don't want to speak about myself. But this is how Srila Gurudev was giving personal attention. So many devotees visiting their home every morning. Once upon a time, we took Srila Gurudev in extreme north India, a place called Jammu. And everyone wanted Gurudev to come visit their home. And after morning walk, Gurudev was visiting them. 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and asking each and every person, what you do, and the kids, what you study, which subject you're good in, physics, maths, like that. So everyone was getting so much attention from him. And since I said this, one gentleman, he was a chain smoker. He used to smoke 64 cigarettes in a day.
Dios mío.
Huh?
Dios mío. Wow.
64 in a day.
One per round.
Huh?
One each round, right?
Instead of standing 64 rounds, 64 cigarettes. And his son-in-law was Gurudev's disciple. His Gurudev disciple. So he approached his father-in-law and said, my Gurudev is in town and is speaking Bhagavad Katha. Please come and attend his Katha. Oh, I see. I always watch television. There's so many gurus. They all say the same thing. Said, no, my Gurudev is very special. He said, yeah, everyone says this. Nothing new. So please. And because in India there is a culture, so if a son-in-law says something, it really means a lot to father-in-law. I mean, they are duty bound to go. Otherwise, it's very weird. They have to go if son-in-law asks for it. So then he told his wife, son-in-law invited me, I must go. But then he told his son-in-law, I'm only going to come in the last 30 minutes because I can't sit too much. I can't sit long on the ground, on the floor. He said, no problem, you come 30 minutes. And he did like that. He came on his motorbike. He came and thinking, just for formality, I'm here because son-in-law told me. And then he sat right at the door of the temple hall, so that when Hari Katha over, then he'll just take prasad and immediately leave. Just formality's sake. He sat there in the last 30 minutes. And he heard Gurudev speaking on the importance of human life. How the Lord and His pure devotees, they come and sacrifice so much for us to uplift our consciousness, to go to Krishna, the word of the Lord, which is full of bliss. And here, what people do here? They waste their life in eating, sleeping, mating, smoking, drinking, thinking this is the ultimate goal of the life. But they are wasting their life. They are wasting their life. Gurudev was so strong in the purity of his words. As Prabhu just said, Shabda Brahm. He just touched the heart. In 20 minutes, he got transformed. He got changed. Something happened to him. And he took his motorbike, came back home. He opened his closet and he threw away all the cigarettes out in the street. And told his wife, from today on, I'm not going to touch any cigarette in my life. She said, are you okay? Because I'm seeing you since young age, you are so much addicted to cigarettes, smoking. He said, this guru, I've seen so many gurus in my life. I watch them on television and also I go into programs. But he's someone special. Just by hearing 20 minutes, really affected my heart. And I got changed. She said, I know you sometimes take resolutions and then you change. I swear on my daughter, I will never touch my cigarette again. Then she thought, oh, you're serious. So she called son-in-law. See what happened to your father-in-law. He's saying he's not going to smoke anymore. Please come. He looks like a little serious. Very intense feeling. So son-in-law came and his father-in-law just gave him a hug. You changed my life. What a blessing today. I heard him speaking, which is the truth. I heard the same topic from many gurus, but never touched my heart. The purity of his words really affected me so much. Can you take me to see him tomorrow morning, early morning? He said, of course. He got so happy. And next day, he brought his father-in-law to see Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, early morning, and he paid obeisances to Gurudev. He's still alive. And he told me, if anyone doubt what my pastime, just call me and make them evidence. This is true. This happened in his life. So he said, he approached Gurudev and he said, exactly the same thing. Your words literally changed my life. Can I get initiation from you? Am I qualified to get initiation from you? Gurudev said, yes. Any person, any moment, irrespective of time factor, is qualified to take initiation. But in our system, we have some regulations. He said, no, I know, I'm familiar with the regulations, the 4 principles. But I want to say, until yesterday, I was smoking and great smoker. But after hearing a lecture for 20 minutes, I got changed. And since then, I've not touched cigarette. Do you think I'm qualified for initiation? Gurudev said, yes. If you have made this resolution, you are qualified. And he got initiation. In this way, every morning Gurudev was visiting so many homes and building a relationship with them. So personal. If I only take this topic, it's so personal, I can speak 1 week. I have so many stories and memories and pastimes of Srila Gurudev. And yesterday I spoke about the taxi driver, XYZ. Anyhow, that was a little recap. I'm very sorry yesterday lecture got deleted somehow, but it was very emotional. I was also thinking back, all those memories were coming in my mind. But anyway, this is a desire of Krishna. So, in the last we heard, I'm just repeating that, Srila Gurudev sacrificed his favorite place of doing bhajan, that's the Braj Mandal. Day and night remembering Radha Krishna pastimes, giving 5 lectures in one day in the temple. 5 lectures. Morning, noon, afternoon, evening, and after dinner prasadam, when he's taking rest, then brahmacharis used to come, sit near to him, and Gurudev asking, you learned this verse? Do you learn that verse? What is the meaning? And these lectures start. 5 lectures in a day. Understand? So, he never wanted to leave Shri Braj Mandal. As Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada never wanted to leave Braj Mandal. As all our acharyas, my Guru Maharaj never wanted to leave Mayapur and Puri. And many others, Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaja. So, keep in mind and keep this in your heart. For Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, their life and soul is Vrindavan and Mayapur. They never want to step out from this holy dham. But they do this. Why?
Because they're so merciful.
Huh?
Because they're so merciful.
They're merciful and they're affected by one quality which is only present in the devotees, and that is par dukhe dukhi. What is that?
Compassion towards people suffering.
They can't see the suffering of people, and this compassionate potency of the Lord. Shri Krishna has so many potencies, and one of the potencies, compassionate potency, the merciful potency of Lord. She always evoke and provoke the Lord. People are suffering. Please take incarnations. People are suffering. Please go and send your people. And the same quality is present in all the Vaishnavas, all the Guru Vargas. They can't see the suffering of people. So, because of that, they sacrifice their most important, favorite place to do bhajan, Braj Mandal. But sacrifice doesn't mean they're giving up the association of Braj Mandal, Shri Vrindavan, and then stepping out. They're carrying and holding the concept of Braj Mandal, the mood of Braj Mandal, the emotions of Braj, and the emotions of the inhabitants of Vrindavan in their heart, always and always. So, when they step out from Braj Mandal, Shri Vrindavan, they're holding and carrying that, and they're distributing. They're distributing everywhere, without any consideration who is qualified and who is not qualified. Because that is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He don't see qualifications. Whereas he is more merciful to those who are unqualified. And those who are qualified, a little bit blessings. But those who are unqualified, opening up the heart. And the followers of Mahaprabhu have equal compassion like Mahaprabhu. They open up their heart. So they're carrying the moods of Brajvasis and distributing all over. They can't see the suffering. And that's the greatest suffering. You can say the prince of a country or the president of a country is so rich. $1.5 trillion wealth. 1.10 trillion wealth. Can you imagine that person has so many suffering? If someone has that much wealth, can that person suffer?
Yes.
Yes. Then what is the use of wealth? If we hear this wealth, we get amazed. Oh, it's too much. But this person is insignificant in comparison with the demigods. And the king of demigods, Indra. $1.4 trillion for Indra is like straw. Once upon a time, some devotees told Srila Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, oh, Guru Maharaj, Switzerland is so beautiful. Switzerland is like paradise. It's heaven on earth. And he, walking with a stick, is smiling and said, yes, there's a place of passing stool for the demigods. The wealth which is in Swarga, in heaven, is so much. Trillion is nothing, insignificant for them. Indra holds so much wealth. Kuber. Who is Kuber?
The Lord of Wealth.
The treasurer of all the demigods. You know how much wealth he has? Oof. As I said, it's like a grass, like a straw. They just donate trillions like this. So the worst suffering is forgetfulness of Krishna. And Shri Gurudev, he traveled out from India to dissipate that darkness of that suffering and make everyone happy and blissful. And Srila Prabhupada said, from hippies to happies. And Srila Gurudev also, he condensed that happiness. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. I'm back again. Sorry for interruption, and that was a commercial break. So news should go on. I don't know why. Whenever I say Holland and Holy Land, something happens to live stream. Okay, so after that, Srila Gurudev, he came to Texas, Houston, and then New Badger Festival. When Gurudev saw the devotees, they were lost, they were morose, they were sad, they lost all hopes. They got so encouraged. I'm speaking about devotees of, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaja, Srila Prabhupada. They were so encouraged when their Guru Maharaj was present on the planet. The mission was like a wildfire spreading all over the world. So encouraged, dancing on the streets, distributing books. And also, it was so struggling moment. There was not hot showers in New York and California. I come across some devotees, they said it was so hard in the beginning. So they were very inspired, but Gurudev came 1996. Imagine how many years? After 30 years, they got a new life. Gurudev saw, they fell down. No more chanting. Yeah. And they're following different streams. This Hatha Yoga, this yoga. So much delusion in understanding and philosophy. Totally everything was disrupted. That was one of the reasons Srila Gurudev, he decided to travel overseas. One of the reasons. There are some primary reasons, there are some secondary reasons. And Gurudev said, with his own sweet words, my primary reason is to serve the instruction and order of my Shiksha Guru, Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Because we heard yesterday, the final lesson, the final pastime, when Srila Swami Maharaj was leaving this planet, he called upon Srila Gurudev and took his hand in his hands. And remember, Srila Swami Maharaj, he gave two requests to Srila Gurudev. And one is,
Take care of his white elephants.
you have to give me samadhi. I want you to give me samadhi. You know samadhi? And second request was, take care of my white elephants, my devotees worldwide. I didn't got much time to train them in the detailed philosophy of Rupa Goswami and Mahaprabhu. I only gave them in that short span of time some basics. But it's not only just basics, he also gave higher topics, but not very elaborate. So it is wrong to say that he didn't give anything or he didn't want to give. It's wrong to say this. Because he gave Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in English. Yeah? By title Nectar of Devotion. That's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Of course, there were not many verses, but yeah, the translation of those verses in that great book. So he gave this, but not openly, because newcomers, what they going to understand? But now they were practicing for long. And their Guru Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj, wanted them to learn more and more and more to become expert in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So Srila Gurudev said, to fulfill the promise and the order, fulfill my promise to him and obeying the order of Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj, I travel overseas. So when Gurudev came here, what he gave? What was his topic, favorite topic? The moods of Vrindavan. The glories of Radharani. The glories of Braj. Over Dwarka, Mathura. The speciality of Krishna over all other incarnations. And the speciality of Radharani over Krishna. Even the queens of Dwarka, they have love for Krishna. They are not less. They are very glorious. But they are not in comparison with Radharani. The love of Radharani, the sacrifice of Radharani is unparalleled. No one can compete Radharani. No one can defeat Radharani. Even Krishna's failure in the domain of that love, if we compare Krishna's love and Radharani's love, whose love is superior? The Radharani love is superior. So devotees had never heard this Harikatha before. Even when I was studying in Delhi, it was 92, something like that, 91, 92. Gurudev was speaking Madhuri Kadamani, the stages of bhakti, starting with Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan, Kriya, Narth Nritti. We never ever heard these topics in ISKCON for many, many years. Never ever heard. So this was something so new. And Gurudev was so expert in describing in his every lecture. I mean, the construction of his lecture begins with sambandha, relationship, then abhideha, practice, and then prayojan, the goal. And his slogan was, one should set up one's goal first and then practice to achieve that goal. That was Gurudev's favorite topic in India and outside India. If you don't know what is your goal, how are you going to practice? Understand? Suppose if we have to go South Austin, what do we have to put in our GPS? North Austin? We have to put South and particular that address. 8001. We have to put that address. So that means we pre-decided that this is my destination. And accordingly then I have to put gas in my car or drinking water because it's a 1 hour drive, and be patient if there will be traffic on the way, and use the toll way. So everything is, decided, practice is according to the destination. But if you have to go just nearby 10 minutes drive here and there. So this was Srila Gurudev main concern. He made everyone aware of this. Get up, get up, get up. Don't sleep. First set up your goal. Our goal is Golok Vrindavan. But where in Golok Vrindavan? Golok Vrindavan has many sections. Just like in this house or any house. We just take one house. But that doesn't mean it's just one. It looks like one from outside. When we enter in, there are many sections. We have a kitchen, this is one section. We have a living room, one section. With temple room, one other section. Bedrooms, study room, office room, restroom, different sections. So it's Golok Vrindavan is goal, that is true, but which section of Golok Vrindavan? What Mahaprabhu came to give? What his followers, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami wanted to give? Which particular section? That was the main concern and the main topic of Srila Gurudev. Which section? Dasya Ras? No. Sakhya Ras? No. Vatsalya Ras? No. Madhur Ras? Yes. And therefore, Bhakti, now it's getting a little philosophical, but someday I have to speak, otherwise how are we going to learn? If I always going to think, oh, they will not understand, then they will never understand. Understand? And this word Gurudev was having compassion. He knew we all are new. He knew we all are new. But still he was giving again and again. Bhakti starts with Shraddha, Adho Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. Gurudev always speaking this. I never ever learned by writing this, only by hearing again. Same topics. So understand this. This was Gurudev's favorite topic. Bhakti divided into two parts. Sambandhanuga, Kamanuga. What is first? And this is takeaway for today. Learn this. Sambandhanuga and Kamanuga. Say. Sambandhanuga means those associates of Krishna who are in Dasya servitor mood, friendship mood and parental mood. These three different rasas, mellow, is one and comes under one title, Sambandhanuga. Three. What are three? Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya. Then there is another section, Kamanuga. Kamanuga means those who are having conjugal love for Krishna. And who have conjugal love for Krishna? The gopis. That's Kamanuga. Understand? So three sections under one title, Sambandhanuga, and just one exclusive under Kamanuga. Understand? Now this Kamanuga also have two further divisions. Remember this. Learn this. When you go back, write down. One is Sambhog Ichamai and other is Tatta Bhav Ichamai. I think it's difficult for you to learn this, but just get the gist of it. But you understood the first point, right?
Yes.
Two different sections of the Brajvasis, servitor, friendship and parental. Then other is exclusive, the conjugal love, that means the gopis. Now amongst this Kamanuga Bhakti, there are further two divisions. One is called Sambhog Ichamai. That means those gopis, that means those practitioners who want to become gopis, means the girlfriends of Radharani and serving Radha Krishna by arranging their meeting. Or sometimes they want to be with Krishna alone too. That's one section. But there's another section which is very rare, exclusive, that is called Tatta Bhavichami. This section means the only Manjaris. Shirupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, all these. Understand?
Yes.
So what is the difference between a gopi and a Manjari?
the gopi wants to have with Krishna and Manjaris will never ever want.
Right. Very good. Gopis, if Krishna proposed them, they are ready to be with Krishna to serve him. But they always have in their mind, we have to unite Radha and Krishna together. But Manjaris, they don't even willingly participate in the pastimes. When Radha Krishna is together in a grove, in a kunja, and Sakhis are there, assisting both of them to enhance their feelings and their love for each other. But who's arranging that? The preps for Radha and Krishna, they're going to eat, they're going to have some drink, and all organization is done by the Manjaris. I'm just giving a gist of it. For example, swing pastime. In July and August, they're going to be Chula, swing pastime. Who's arranging that swing? Tying a rope, decorating flowers, the creepers on that rope, making a nice cushion seat for Radha Krishna to come and sit on. And then, arranging fruits, some juices for them to drink. This is all done by the Manjaris. And finally, when Radha Krishna, the gopis comes, the Manjaris, they go away from there. Because they are getting ready for the next services. Because after swing, both divine couple, Radha Krishna, they're going to get tired. They will be resting after that. So then Manjaris go away from there and they start arranging a nice cushioned bed for Radha and Krishna to rest. Or start cooking for them. And when Radha Krishna comes here, then they go away for some other service. What they get in return? So much sacrifice. You're doing so much and you're not even participating. You can't even see. Sometimes they do, many times they don't. And that's not their desire to always be in the participating or having any participation when the divine couple Radha Krishna is together. They always just complete the service and they move away and prepare for the next pastime, then the next pastime, and the next pastime. You may think, what is this? No enjoyment? It's just sacrifice. Okay. At one point, sacrifice also need an enjoyment. I keep on sacrificing for you, sacrificing for you, sacrificing for you. But then, at the end of the day, thinking, I must get something in return. At least I deserve something, right? From the Manjari's perspective, there's not even one tinge or smell of that enjoyment in them. Their life, whole soul life is just to serve Radha and Krishna. The question comes, what they get in return? There must be something in return, right? As Srila Bhakti and Bharati Goswami Maharaja used to say, if someone serves you, let's say someone gives you donation, big amount, small amount, someone gives you massage, someone cook for you, that means the person is giving one's energy, one's time, sacrificing for you. Then Srila Maharaj used to say, you have to sacrifice some of your credits to pay that person who's doing so much for you. Don't think you given me $500 and I kept in my pocket and I don't have to do any sacrifice. No, you deserve that. Why giving me any donation for XYZ, any cooking, whatever, any kind of service, I have to sacrifice a portion of my credits and that will going to go to you. Understand? I have to sacrifice. So once upon a time, Srila Maharaj, we used to massage his legs, remember, with oil. So he was watching. Some people were sitting there. So not all people have the same understanding. Some people doubt, what kind of guru? Getting leg massage every day? To those who are very close ones, then you don't have to express or explain anything, because that's our honor to receive that kind of service. It's an honor if any acharya gives us any service. Understand? So Srila Maharaj said once upon a time, if someone is massaging you or doing any menial service to you, you have to also sacrifice some of your Sukritis, some of your bhakti. But in that sacrifice, if you gaining more, then there is no harm. So devotees didn't understood what he want to say. Then he gave example. If you earning $100, let's say, in a day, and someone served you, and you gave $10 to that person. So it looks like you sacrificing that $10. That person served you because served you, and you have to give something in return. But with that service of getting massage, prasadam, whatsoever, you're getting more strong, and you can do more sadhana and more services. You got my point or not? So with little bit of giving, say 5% of your giving to that person, you should not feel there is any harm, because you're gaining more with that services. You're getting more energetic, you're getting more strong, you can speak more hours, you can do more chanting, and you're getting more and more and more. So you're earning millions of more by sacrificing a couple of dollars. It's not a bad bargain. It's a good bargain. Yeah. So this is our lineage, following the footsteps of Shri Rupa Manjari. All the Manjaris serving under the guidance of Shri Rupa Manjari. She's the what do you call it?
Not Yukeshwari.
Huh?
Not the Yukeshwari.
No, Manjaris. She is the leader of all the Manjaris. And this is our lineage, our dhara. And therefore all acharyas, they desire, the aim and object of our life is Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Sai Mora Sampada, to serve the lotus feet of Shri Rupa Manjari, Shri Rupa Goswami. That's the aim and object of all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's a little philosophical, but it's also important to listen this. This word Srila Gurudev gave on his western tour, Vrindavan mood. And this is what Shri Mahaprabhu came to give. Manjari Bhav. Samarpaitam unnato jarasam svabhakti shriyam. So, majority of devotees in America, in Europe, in Russia, all the countries, they were not familiar with these high topics. What is our goal? Lost. No direction. And Gurudev emphasized this. Every lecture, if you're understanding or not understanding, keep on hearing, keep on hearing, keep on hearing. He was hammering everyone. So everyone got like a new life, because they already lost their taste in chanting, their taste in worships, or even given of chanting. But then the news went, just like Badger. There were a community, devotee community in Badger. Senior disciples of Srila Bhakti Swami Maharaja, Srila Prabhupada. So, Nirguna Prabhu from Hawaii, Gopa Vrinda Prabhu and Nirguna Prabhu, both. They heard about one Acharya, his name is Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj. And he is the one who served our Srila Prabhupada so much. And he's the one who gave Samadhi to Srila Prabhupada. But the other institution, I don't want to take the name, they banned Srila Gurudev. No, you can't. You can't. You can't preach in Western world. Just remain there and do your bhajan. But I must tell you, I've seen with my own eyes when Srila Gurudev was in Mathura and Vrindavan. All these GBCs, the great big GBCs, they used to come, pay obeisances, flat obeisances to Gurudev, and sitting on the floor like you all, with notebooks and pen and getting dictations and making notes of Gurudev's lecture. They never heard this before. What is Sambandha Nuga, what is Kama Nuga, what is Sambhog Ichamai, what is the reason Mahaprabhu came to give? Gurudev asked this question. Why Mahaprabhu came? For what reason? They say Naam Sankirtan. Gurudev said this is secondary. It's not even secondary, it's a secondary. This is not the prime purpose of Mahaprabhu. And I saw with my own eyes. I don't want to take the names. All due respect to them, they did a lot of service to the mission, to bring the mission up till here. All due respect, because, But they learned so much from Srila Gurudev. So much. What is Manjari Bhav? What is Radha Krishna pastimes in the Kunjas? Because there is Kunja, there is the Nikunja, there is Nivrit Nikunjas, so many details. And Gurudev was so fluent in all these topics. He was speaking hours and hours and hours. I saw sitting 4 o'clock and all these GBCs from Vrindavan, they come in taxi in Mathura and in Vrindavan and sitting there and making notes. And Gurudev starts speaking 4 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 7:30, Aarti is going on and Gurudev is speaking because this is what Acharya wants. What they want? A qualified audience. A qualified audience and inquisitive audience. So they were asking questions, very intimate questions from the philosophy perspective, and Gurudev was giving answers to those questions, and he didn't want it to stop. And Gurudev's sevak used to come and stop him. Now it's 3 hours. Gurudev said, "You go, take rest. Don't disturb me." Srila Gurudev said, "You go and take rest." I've never learned in my life what is rest means. My rest is restless. I don't want to rest. So, in this way, when he wanted to come to Bajar, he got invitation. Everyone opposed him. No, we got orders from seniors, from GBCs and all. Nirguna Prabhu and Gopavrinda Prabhu. Now they are in Hawaii. They convinced everyone, let him come. Let him come. He's sannyasi. He's Gaudiya Vaishnava. And this is what Prabhupada taught us. Serve all the Vaishnavas. So why discrimination? Let him come. If he speaks something against Prabhupada, then we will stop him. But at least let him come. And Gurudev came there, and very first thing he started glorifying Prabhupada and gave all his memories back then when he was with Srila Prabhupada. And he told how, he said, me and your Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, we were making chapatis together. We had such intimate relationship, you people don't know anything. And he started giving so many details, the nature of, and how he got sannyas and all these things. And then, when he started speaking on all these important topics, they were all amazed. Wow. They understood. He's a Masiha. He came to save us. And they were in tears because many of them, they lost their taste in Bhakti. Gurudev said, I am representative of your Guru Maharaj because he gave me this instruction to improve your bhakti. And you all have given up this. What is this? You're not valuing that bhakti. He sacrificed his life for you people. And you're not even valuing that. Isn't it his offense? I'm here to revive this bhakti. They all got so strong hearing Srila Gurudev's lecture. And they started arranging every year annual festival in Bajar. And what was the Gurudev topic in Bajar? He started speaking Radha Krishna pastimes, which they never heard before so much in details. The Kunj Leela pastimes, never heard so much before. But then we also understood many people not getting my point. Okay, from tomorrow we're going to hear Prahlad Maharaj, 7th canto Bhagavatam. And he's speaking Prahlad Maharaj instructions. One should start perform bhajan from the age of 5. Komar, Achin, Pragyo, Dharma, Bhagavat, Aniha. And then bhajan starts from Shraddha, tender faith. Then it comes to Sadhu Sangha. What kind of Sadhu Sangha? High class Sadhu Sangha. Not very Bhakti Sadhu Sangha. Ragunuga Bhakta Sadhu Sangha. So even in the instructions of Prahlad Maharaj, he was adding Vishnu Chakur Thakur, Rup Goswami, Madhure Kadambani, Bhakti Sam Sindhu, Ujjwali Mani, making a mixture, and then finally coming to Radha Krishna pastime. And after speaking hour and 2 hours, then he stopped. He said, oh, I forgot, I was speaking on Prahlad Maharaj. And Guru said, this is my problem. He said this. You see in his lectures from Bajar, he said, this is my problem. I can't survive, I can't resist without speaking the glories of Radharani. That's my favorite topic. This shows the mood. He is Brajvasi. And he came to give. Brajvasi means inhabitant of Vrindavan. Doesn't mean physically residence in Vrindavan. That means absorption in the moods of Vrindavan. Everyone got so enlightened. So enlightened. And they learned a lot. Bhakti got revived. And then Gurudev started correcting them, showing love to them, chastised them. And when he found that they became very close to me, then personal instructions to them. Read books, distribute books. Because your Guru Maharaj Prabhupada said, books are the basis. Purity is the force. Preaching is the essence. He said, I am also here for this reason. So everyone saw Srila Gurudev, next Prabhupada. So 2 Bhakti Vedantas who came to Western world, delivered the entire world. Srila Gurudev said, your Guru Maharaj came to establish and teach you all that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I'm here to preach and tell you that He is not Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, after coming to this understanding that His Supreme Personality, now you have to forget this. Yeah? So looks like I'm giving another philosophy? No. He said this is what your Guru Maharaj also wanted to give. But because of time, pace and circumstances. Then he gave example. Your Guru Maharaj Prabhupada said, always remember Krishna. And I am saying, never forget Krishna. Only this is the difference. What is the difference in that? The same thing. And Gurudev said the title, same wine, different bottles. The shape and the color of bottle is different, but the same wine. Means the same philosophy presenting in a different way. And also he said, never ever think your Prabhupada didn't want you to give, or he never gave this. He gave this. But because you were not in that mature state to hold that and understand that. So don't think that he didn't give this. He always gave this. In this way, Gurudev traveling so much in America, Canada, and as I was saying yesterday, making everyone feeling that he's a family member. In Canada, one family, Hemant Prabhu and his wife Radha Priya Devi, we call her Mansi Devi. Gurudev was in their house and they were like first time seeing some Gaudiya Vaishnavacharya. And moment seeing Didi, Radha Priya Didi, Gurudev said, "Oh my daughter, what are you cooking for me today?" She got so surprised. We never come across any sannyasi or acharya seeing first time and saying, "You're my daughter." Feels so close and intimate, like a family member, like a father figure. They got so much impressed just by seeing this. And how Gurudev was so simple. He used to like chanting and coming in the kitchen, "What are you cooking?" "Oh, put this spice. Put more of this." They never ever thought of this. They have the idea sannyasi is very grave in his room sitting, Hari Bol. Bring prasad for me. Sometimes Gurudev used to come in the houses and in the kitchen when Didi's mother is cooking, he's then this, put this spice more, put this spice, and sometimes he's cooking and is stirring with a spoon. Devotees have never ever encountered this kind of loving relationship. In this way, I said yesterday, he conquered the hearts. With his beautiful bluish eyes. Devotee used to say, "Gurudev, so much contradiction in your features. Your eyes are bluish, means that's the Krishna's complexion. But the mood is golden, Radha Rani." Complexion is golden, but eyes are blue. So your combination of Radha and Krishna mood. I'm just giving you some memories, right? Because if I go too much philosophical, then it will be like jumping over. One time, one lady disciple of Srila Gurudev, because hearing too much Radha Krishna pastime, and Gurudev is always favoring Radha Rani. Especially, my memory recall Gurudev visiting Jaipur in India. Have you been Jaipur? Anyone? No. Oh, yes. Beautiful Radha Govindji temple. So powerful. So beautiful Radha Govindji. Only 4-hour drive from Delhi. Every year Gurudev used to go there and spend like 5-7 days. Such a festival time. We all brahmacharis, some didis, sannyasis, like 200, something like that, in Jaipur. Morning in that Govindji temple, Gurudev speaking 3 hours, Vrindavan pastimes. 3 hours. I'm speaking about year, when this 9/11 happened, which year? 9/11?
2001.
That was the last year of Gurudev. visiting, having this kind of program. Because when this news came, 9/11, I brought the newspaper and Gurudev Sevak gave that newspaper to him and he said, oh, this happened in New York. So that was the last year. So every year Gurudev was visiting Jaipur, morning 3 hours, 9 to 12, speaking Vrindavan pastimes. Then lunch, a little bit rest. Then evening 5 to 7 in Shri Radha Gopinath temple in Jaipur, speaking Mahaprabhu pastimes. 5-6 hours in a day. So interesting story why I raise this point, raise this memory is Gurudev when he was speaking in Jaipur, Radha Govindji temple, that Govindji which was served by Rup Goswami, personally by Rup Goswami. And while describing Vrindavan pastimes, Gurudev speaking about all this Dasyaras, Sakyaras, Vatsalya, Madhuras, Radha Krishna pastimes and all that, is always favoring Radharani. Always. Means she is superior. And of course, this is our philosophy. But Gurudev is highlighting every time Radharani, Radharani, Radharani. And you see one time what he said? I know Govindji who is standing next to Radharani, I know he must be angry with me and upset with me because I am putting him down. I know he's getting upset with me, but I don't worry, I don't mind because my Radharani is there to look after him. Who can say these words? Who can say these words? It's not ordinary words. This shows his absorption. This shows his absorption. That my Radharani, you know that possessive mood? My Radharani. She will take care of Krishna. I don't worry. Yeah. And any topic which praise the glories of Radharani over Krishna, Gurudev was like smiling, happy mood and clapping for Radharani. That was like shower, shower of nectar from his lotus lips, showering everyone. And I can't explain the vibes and the feelings hearing from him all these Braj pastimes was like totally drenched in that Braj Ras. And after Hari Katha, everyone was like, wow, it's just like shower. And then in the evening, Gaur Leela, Mahaprabhu pastime. Golden period. That was a golden period. Gurudev speaking hours and hours and hours, non-stop. See? So much more to say. I'm not even finished yet. This topic it can go weeks and weeks and weeks. So this, coming back to that where I stopped, one lady disciple, she said, Gurudev, you are also like Krishna. Krishna is cheater, you are a cheater. Krishna is debauchee, you are a debauchee. Krishna is liar, you are a liar. Because you are Krishna. Oh, Gurudev heard this. He was so angry. So angry on her. You have no etiquette? This is how you have to address your Gurudev? Radharani said these words to Krishna because she possessed so much love. She can give her life, sacrifice everything for Krishna. She deserved that. And even in my Hari Katha, I speak these words for Krishna but on behalf of Radharani. For your disciples. You can't say these words to Guru. That's very offensive. You have no shame in front of everyone. Gurudev chastised her. Never ever in your life there has to be a maryada, some etiquette addressing to your Gurudev and serve your Gurudev. He's not Krishna in that sense. He's a representative of Krishna, but he's not Krishna and you are not gopis. So be very respectful. So Gurudev, why he was so much heavy on her? because others can also listen to this. Understand? Sometimes it happens. It's not that he's just screaming on one person, but he wants to make everyone else also hear this. There has to be Maryada, etiquettes. And that's why we sing, Vandamai Savadhana Mate. Yes? Which song is that? Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandamai Savadhana. With utmost care and attention, one should serve because there should not be any offense. Yasya deve parabhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasya kathitam artham prakashante mahatmana. As much as you develop bhakti for Krishna, the same proportion of amount of bhakti you develop for your guru. Then you get the insight of all the shastras in your heart. Otherwise, you won't get. Take Shri Guru as Krishna, a representative of Krishna who came to give you Krishna. This is how Srila Gurudev was teaching, preaching, correcting, loving, affection, all mixed emotions together. And of course, to some fortunate ones, Mahaprasadam. Mahaprasadam. What to say? I don't know from where to start. There's so many things to say on this. And when Srila Gurudev, he left this planet 2010, the whole world got shattered in tears. We lost. We became orphans. Everyone was so sad and depressed. We are orphans now. Our father, our Guru is gone. When he was present, we were so safe under his wings. But now, what will happen to this world? Well, Krishna always have a plan. Srila Gurudev left, and one other Acharya, same like Srila Gurudev, manifested in the world. Srila Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Goswami Maharaja manifested in this world. It's not that he was not present, he was present. But just like there is sunset and sunrise, sun is always there. So manifestation happened. Many devotees came about Srila Maharaj. We knew him, me and Madhapriya Prabhu, we were serving Srila Maharaj from year 1997 when we got initiation from our Guru Maharaj. There we came to know this name, Bharati Maharaj. And we were wondering, who is this personality who served our Guru Maharaj so much through his life? So then we came to Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, Jagannath Puri. We never heard, we never saw him before. We asked brahmacharis, where is Srila Bharati Maharaj room? And then they gave us direction. We entered in the room. Maharaj was sitting on his bed, he was chanting. Always he was chanting. And we paid humble obeisances. And they looked. What's your name? Then he said, my name is Krishna Kripa Brahmachari, and he's Madhapriya Das. Madhapriya Das, Krishna Kripa Das. I've never seen you before. Then we said, we just got initiation. We heard a lot about you, that you have served our Guru Maharaj so much, in so many ways, throughout your life. He said, your Guru Maharaj? Then we said, Shri Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj got so happy to hear this. And you know what he said in the first darshans? He said, grab that chair. Because he was sitting on the bed. And we were sitting on the floor. He said, bring that chair and sit on the chair. And we were shocked. What are you saying? He said, no Maharaj, we can't sit on chair. We are okay on the floor. And he said, you are my godbrothers. So you have to sit equally to me. I said, godbrothers? How is possible? Then we understood what he wanted to say from the generation wise. Like his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Narayana Goswami Maharaja, our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Prabhupada Goswami Maharaj, they are godbrothers, right? But we said, no way Maharaj. Godbrothers? No. We are your disciples, you are my Shiksha Guru. So our place is here at your lotus feet. And he got so happy to hear this. I think he was just testing. He was just testing. And in this way, from then on, we developed a very good relationship. And every day, we were coming to him and listening Hari Katha. And he was so talkative. So talkative. Oh, no one can stop him. And what he's talking about? Not politics. He was only speaking what? Hari Katha. And that's to Prabhupada's Hari Katha. And his disciples' Hari Katha. So much. Keep on speaking. And with his association, then we got to know the glories of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And Mahaprabhu Prabhu, he was always having a habit of making notes. Understand? And that's why, because of his, I would say, his efforts, endeavors, the whole world got to have this book, My Beloved Masters. Because he was making notes. Whenever Maharaj is speaking on any Manacharya, he is so talkative, giving all those, his memories, their specialities, their contributions. Mahaprabhu was making notes. But this is the nature of Mahaprabhu, as you all know. He is always in the background. He never tells that this is my work. This is his nature. Yeah. And we were so happy that he manifested Acharya Leela around the world. And that time I was traveling. Started traveling, Australia, Mexico, Costa Rica, US, all these countries. But Srila Maharaj directly ordered Madhukya Prabhu, I want you to serve me. That's an honor. You know, that's an honor if Acharya choose someone. Because he saw in him his honesty, his innocence, and his like dedication. Maharaj chose him. And once upon a time, Maharaj gave him a title, Best Sevak. If I say in front of Maharaj, people will get upset with me, I know. He don't want to hear this. And why Srila Maharaj gave him this title? Because in Jagannath Puri, once upon a time, Jagannath Puri, on the day of Gundicha Marjan, cleaning of Gundicha temple. At that time, Srila Maharaj had a couple of disciples, brahmacharis. So they all asked his permission. Can we all go for cleaning Gundicha temple, which is a system, every Gaudiya Vaishnava was there? Maharaj said, yes, if you all want to go, that's very auspicious, must go. They all went. But Maharaj Prabhu was just there. And he came in his room for something, made some prasadam, and Srila Maharaj said, everyone went to Gundicha temple for cleaning. Why you are here? You are also supposed to go, because that's the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, we all go. Then he said, but if I also go, then who's going to take care of you? And if you need something, who's going to give you? Then Maharaj said, but everyone else went. He said, let them go. And my Gundicha temple is at your lotus feet. My everything is here. Maharaj smiled and he said, Uttam Sevak. And Maharaj people said, sometimes he's very funny. He said, Uttam, Madhyam, Kanishta, I think I'm full Sevak. Srila Maharaj said, no. And then he gave us Siddhanta there. Even though nobody offended me, they all seek my permission, and with my permission, with my blessings, they all went there to clean the temple. But none of them thought that I'll be alone in my room, and if I need something, whom I'm going to tell? I'm not saying they are wrong. They asked my permission and they went there, which is fine. But there's a level above this, and that is called a possessive level. And Mother Prabhu oh, I'm nothing. Not Uttam, nothing. I'm not even a sevak. I'm a stupid. He spoke this, and his nature. It's like, that's like that. And in this way, the glories of Srila Maharaj known by entire world. And again, Bhakti revived. The movement of Bhakti revived. Those who were losing taste in chanting and all that, again they got revived by association of Srila Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Goswami. Understand? And it was too late. I was thinking speaking only 1 hour, but okay, last memory, then I'm going to end. I was in Costa Rica, and Sundar Gopal Prabhu and Mohani Didi, she hosted me there, and they have some newcomers, young boys and girls. So I spoke some Harikatha. They got so inspired to follow Bhakti cult, so inspired. And I told them, you must all take initiation. They were all ready, but they were thinking that I'm inspiring them to take initiation from me. I said, no, not me. My Gurudev is in India. And then the translator inspired them, told them in Spanish language. And they said, okay, but they were not familiar with Srila Maharaj. So he had in his living room a big screen television. And I already spoke to Malapiapu, let's have Maharaj on the screen. And I want him to give initiation to these new ones. So we put Srila Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Goswami Maharaj on a big screen. And I was speaking and he was hearing, and he was speaking, we all were hearing. I said, Maharaj, please speak some Harikatha. And he spoke some Harikatha. Few minutes. Then I said, they're all ready to take initiation from you. And Maharaj gave them Hari now. But something so surprisingly, the Gurudev disciples, senior, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaja disciples, couple of them were sitting there. They were weeping and crying, seeing Maharaj on the screen. And then the young ones, the new ones, they also started crying. And I was looking at them, I said, what's wrong? Why they are weeping? Why they are crying? I'm going to ask them later. But I got a little emotional there. I got a little emotional there, and I expressed my emotion directly on the screen. I said, Maharaji, even though me and Madhapriya together, we began coming to you, serving you, hearing from you, but how unfortunate I am that I am so far away from you. And how fortunate is he who is serving you day and night. And I am so far away from you. I am bereft of this association. Maharaj said, wait. Listen to me. And then Srila Maharaj gave 3 examples, the famous 3 examples. I know that happened with me actually on the screen. Maharaj said, do you know the distance between clouds and the ground? I said, no. Then Srila Maharaj gave example. Peacocks, when they see dark rain clouds, they start dancing. Huh? He said, even I try to feed peacock with pomegranate seed and all, and I want them to dance, they don't get any bribes. But they only dance when they see dark rain clouds. Can you imagine the far distance between clouds and the earth? But peacocks only associate with clouds. That means even though the distance is too far, but there is a close relationship. Then he said, second example, the distance between sun and earth. He gave example like lotus and sun. Lotus only blossom when there is sunrise, and lotus close when there is sunset. The lotus only associate with sun, and how far is the distance? Too far. But association is close. Then he said, third example is moon and lily. Lily only blossom when there is moonrise, when they see moon. And by giving this three example, he said, now you understand what I want to say? Even though there is far distance, but we are close by heart. I know your intent, I know your mood, we are close by hearts. Distance is not the barometer to check on. Distance is nothing. And then he went off screen. Then I asked the senior devotees there sitting, why are you all weeping and crying? And they said, after we lost our Gurudev 2010, we were not familiar of this personality. But when we were seeing him on the screen, he looks exactly like our Gurudev. And by seeing him, we were reviving that relationship that what we had with our Srila Gurudev. Exactly like he's speaking to us. That was the disciples. But how about the newcomers? I said, why you were crying? So my translator spoke to them in Spanish, and then he came back to me with a translation. He said, why these people are crying? Because he asked them, they're crying because they don't understand why they're crying. But by seeing this effulgent personality on the screen, they're saying, we don't know what's happening to us. Our emotions is growing and growing and growing. We are dying to see this person, this personality in person. We are dying to see. And we don't know what's affecting us. We don't know. But something is, touching our heart. That was the aura. That was the effulgence of Srila Maharaj. Even on the screen, far distant, miles far away. So again, the world got under hope. But then in 2017, Srila Maharaj also left this world. And now what we left with? Just memories. Just the past times. The memories. How he used to smile, how he used to chastise, how he used to correct us. All these memories. So even though his nature, Srila Gurudev's nature was a little bit different, but as Gurudev said, same wine, different bottles. Preaching the same concept. Shri Rupa Manjari Pada. Srila Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Maharaj Ji was so particular about punctuality. one evening I came in his room and I said, Maharaj, tomorrow is my flight. Where are you going? Australia. What time is your flight? 12:30 p.m. And when you're leaving? What? I said, Maharaj, I'll leave I think 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I will leave. Okay. Next morning, when I came to him, paid obeisances to him, and he said, please give me your blessings, I'm leaving. But you said you're going to leave 8 o'clock? I said, Maharaj, yes, but now it's 8:03. It's 8:03 now. You're late by 3 minutes. I said, okay, I'm leaving soon. Very particular about timings. You know, we're going from Jagannath Puri, coming from Jagannath Puri to Delhi. It's like 36-hour train. That's year 98, 99. We never ever thought we are going on flight ever. Just trains, 36 hours, 40 hours sometimes. So the train from Jagannath Puri, 8:40 p.m. train, Purushottam Express. So me and Bharati who paid obeisance to Maharaj. So Maharaj, we are, today in the evening we are going to Vrindavan. Which train? Which train? Maharaj, Purushottam Express. How many compartments in that train? How would I know? Which engine is that? Coal or diesel? I don't know. Okay, which Eastern or Western Railway? Which company? I said, how would I know? Okay, what's the time of departure? I said, Maharaj, 8:40. No, 8:43 p.m. 8:40. Anyway, Gauru Premanande. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. We also wanted, I also wanted, even I arranged Srila Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Goswami Maharaja to travel overseas. And it was about to begin from Hong Kong. Nandan Prabhu and we were speaking. We arranged almost discussion bringing Maharaj to Western world. And then Australia, then America. Everyone was ready. They were like dying to have him here. Imagine if he would have come here. That would have been a great blessings to the entire world. But Srila Maharaj said, no, I don't want to die outside India. I don't want to leave my body outside India. I want to be here in India. Because he knew if I go visit one country, then other countries also going to invite me. It doesn't look nice if I go one and not go to other. And that's going to be like a world tour. But I was very excited. I started speaking, and other devotees also started arranging for Maharaj. It's not only me. Please don't take my offense. It's not only me. Other devotees too. And we requested Maharaj, but he said, no, I can't. But I strongly feel if you would have come to the Western world, so many misconceptions and so much more inspiration. The concept of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada would have been grasped by so many devotees worldwide. But even now he is present in the form of his lectures in books, Volcanic Energy, My Beloved Masters, Shri Shamrani Didi. She always speaking on these subjects, distributing his books, because she got so impressed. Her name is Question Rani. Always having questions, right? So when she saw Srila Maharaj, Maharaj speaking about Prabhupada's stories, Bhakti Associate Thakur Prabhupada, so she asked one question to Srila Maharaj. I'm confused. Because she said, her Guru Maharaj means Srila Bhakti Swami Prabhupada told her to paint Yashoda Maya as golden complexion. But Gurudev, Sri Bhakti Narayana Goswami Maharaja instructed her that Yashoda Maya was dark complexion. Now she said, for so many years, I'm in her mind, in her heart, no one can be wrong. My Prabhupada can't be wrong, Gurudev can't be wrong. And Prabhupada told golden complexion Yashoda Maya to paint. Gurudev said dark complexion. She said, I was having this in my heart, a burden, a kind of thought. But then when she raised this question to Srila Maharaj, and Maharaj answered in 1 second. In 1 second. When she asked this question to Srila Bhakti and Bharati Goswami Maharaj, he said, yes, this is true. What your Prabhupada said also correct, what Narayana Maharaj said also correct. She said, but how? Then Srila Maharaj replied, when Yashoda Maya, she think and get absorbed in Radharani, her complexion turns to golden. When she absorbed in Krishna, and which is her natural complexion, is dark complexion. So no one is wrong, both acharyas are right. Shavrani Didi, she's saying, oh my gosh, I never ever thought of this. And Srila Maharaj answered right away, without even you take time to think over. And he just replied like this. Then she realized the glories of Maharaj and so much dedication. She made so many, people inspired, getting inspiration from Srila Maharaj. And even now, she's distributing so many books.
She inspired
Achyuta Prabhu also, yes. He was with Maharaj, serving so much in India, Faridabad. Yeah? That's why he knows all etiquettes, all rules and regulations. Don't touch this, don't touch that. Yeah, because he learned so much there. That's the point. Glories, if you stay in temple, you get to learn so much, right? So much.
She Premananda Prabhu, she ordered me and my wife this time to go see him.
Yeah, very nice.
Jagannath. He is so mind blowing.
Yes. Yes. Very sweet. And Maharaj said, whoever comes in my class, I never ask whose disciple you are. Not biased. Oh, you my disciples, come close. Oh, you are other group disciples, little far. He said, that's not my conception. Any devotee in the class means he's a sadhaka, he's a practitioner. And I'm here to nourish everyone equally. I'm never biased to my disciple or his disciple or their disciple. He never used to ask whose disciple you are. Unless if someone comes up and brings up disciple of so and so guru. Never used to ask. Such a generous personality. Anyway, it is endless topic. To be continued. Next visit. Gaur Premanande. Isn't this wonderful topic?
Yes.
Very inspiring topic. More than inspiring than speaking about Krishna. Speaking about the devotees of Krishna.
Maharaj, now we have you here continuing to inspire us. We're so thankful.
Hare
All of us
Krishna.
are so thankful.
I'm saying, I'm just recollecting and sharing my memories with my limitations. I'm not very expert with my limitations. Whatever I saw, I grasped. Being with them, I'm just sharing with devotees. I might be wrong in some understanding. End of the day, I'm a conditioned soul. I'm not a pure devotee. So, it's not possible for a conditioned soul to understand complete glories of pure devotees. but we have no other option. Whatever qualification adhikar we are, we have to increase, enhance that qualification by constantly meditating on these glories of our acharyas. That's my request, and never get this thing lost. Always remember your Gurudev, your interactions, his affections, his corrections. Survive on that. And in this way, every day we can associate with our beloved Gurudev. How he once gave me a gift, how he once gave me affection, how once he gave me a chastisement, a correction. We only left with these memories. We have nothing else. And on the top of that is instructions. Some instructions are universal, like in a lecture is for everyone. But some instructions are personal. I want you to do this, I want you to do this, I want you to please me like this. That's individuals. So keep this in your heart and don't feel weak. Must. Forget about this word try now. We all are not babies. We are grown up, mature. We learned a lot, we heard a lot. Now is the time to practice a lot. And not ordinary practice, sincere practice, with emotions, with feelings. Give more emphasis on chanting and hearing. Moment you stop hearing, your chanting will be stopped. Believe my words. This is going to happen. And this may be happening. Everyday hearing. Don't say we have no association, we are isolated. No, that's not an excuse. All glories to Facebook. They're doing a good job. Connecting. Yes, it's connecting us. Why this facility was not available at the time of Prabhupada and Gurudev? This would have been earlier too. YouTube full of Harikatha. Facebook full of Harikatha. So I have no excuse. Wherever conditioned soul try to apply excuse, the social media destroy that excuse. So, from Instagram to Shaligram.
Oh my God.
Make your transition from Instagram to Shaligram. Meditating on Insta and meditating on Shaligram. And if you feel inspired, then there is MoneyGram also. Gaur Premanande, Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Vigyana Bharati Goswami Maharaja ki Jai, Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, all Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai, and all his prominent disciples ki Jai, all pure devotees ki Jai, all preachers ki Jai, all Gaudiya Vaishnavas ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. Big clap for the host today.